Welcome to this home organizing masterclass. I want to thank you for taking the time to be here and to learn the easy 4-step method to declutter your home, even if you have no time, no plan, and no motivation. Now, I know that time is precious, so I'm going to jump right into this training, but before I do, grab a piece of paper and a pen because you are going to want to take a lot of notes. We've got a lot to cover today, and it's going to be really helpful for you. So I want to let you know that you are in the right place. If you have ever felt too overwhelmed, even to start decluttering and organizing your home, maybe you've tried to do it 1,000 times before already, but you just feel so overwhelmed and you just can't get the motivation to do it. And you might also wonder, what is the point of even trying, right? Because I'm sure that you have decluttered before and then stuff has just gone back to being the way it was. And that is super frustrating. So you're like, why should I even try? You're also in the right place if you have no time or energy. If you're a mom with young kids, a busy professional, maybe you are wanting to downsize, but you just can't find the time or energy to devote to decluttering and organizing your home. This is the place for you as well. Now, I have a home organizing program called Home Organization Made Easy. And when women join the program, I ask them to introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about themselves. And I'm thinking that maybe you can relate to some of these women. First, we have Becky. She has 4 kids, and she says, I'm super excited about this program because I recently went back to work, and with my limited time for housework, I need less stuff in my life so we can keep a calm and peaceful home. I can't wait to get started. I know this program will be incredible. And then we have Trish, who says, I am tired of having so much stuff. I moved 26 years ago and still have boxes that have never been gone through. To add to that, I got married for a second time in May of 2014. September 16th of the same year, my new husband was called home to be with Jesus. Even though most of his possessions were donated, I did end up with some things. I am so ready to have a simpler life. I am overwhelmed. And then we have Sue, who says, my house has become a cluttered storage unit. My parents downsized from the family home and some things ended up here to decide what to do with after the move. Then my brother also downsized and the shop is now overflowing with things he didn't have room for. And of course, we have things too. I'm excited to start with my things to have a happier, healthier, more productive house. Stuff collects dust and it's such a good feeling to see an open, organized, clean space. Thanks, Melissa. Maybe you're like these women. Maybe you've recently gone back to work or you've downsized or you're in the process. And how many of you have boxes that have not seen the light of day for years and years, right? I think almost all of us can say that. But whatever your situation is, there are some things that you all have in common. This is what you all want. Less stress in your home. You want to be able to find everything you need when you need it. You want more quality time with your kids, your husband, and your friends. You want more time to pursue your hobbies and things you enjoy. And finally, what you really want is a home that's a haven, a place you can come to and leave the chaos outside the door. Now, during this masterclass, you are going to learn the 3 major mistakes to avoid. These are the 3 things that will derail your decluttering and organizing efforts every single time. And you will also learn the 4-step homegirl method. Now, this is the customized method I created to declutter and organize my own home and keep it that way. And when you use this homegirl method, you will finally have a clear path to creating and maintaining an organized, peaceful home. And I also have a special bonus for any action takers at the end of this masterclass. For those who decide to join me in the Home Organization Made Easy program and choose the pay in full option, where you'll also save the most money, you are going to get my How to Get Everything Done video training. This, you guys, is gold. This will teach you how to 3 times your productivity and find more time than you ever thought possible. Here's the truth. Getting your home in order is the #1 thing you can do to radically improve your life in every way. Now, you might have thought that what you most need to do is get healthy, for example, like maybe you feel like you need to eat better and exercise. Or what if you're dealing with depression and anxiety, like so many of us are? Or how many of us, I mean, we're all trying to improve our relationships with our family, right? Those are all worthy and very important things, but I very strongly believe that the first thing you need to do is get your home in order, because environment is stronger than willpower. Write that down. I'm going to say it again. Environment is stronger than willpower. Because this is what happens. Clutter equals stress. Studies have shown that a woman's stress levels are directly related to the amount of clutter in her home. So that means the more clutter you have, the more stressed you are. And stress, as we know, affects every aspect of our lives, from our mental health to our physical health to our relationships. So if you want a happy, fulfilled life, you must reduce stress, and that means you must reduce or eliminate clutter. Here's the reason why. Clutter keeps you in fight or flight mode, right? It taps into that amygdala, that more primitive part of the brain. And we all know that we don't make the best decisions or act in the best ways when we are stuck in that hyper-reactive mode. And in fact, I used to be in that hyper-reactive mode because my house used to be a mess. Everything was in disarray. You can see pictures up there of my bookshelves overflowing with books, my kitchen cupboards that are just totally messed up and no order at all, and my linen closet that looks like a bunch of fabric just fell off the back of a truck and landed there. But everything changed for me, and I'm going to tell you how. Hi, first a little introduction. I'm Melissa, and I am a recovering messy person. I have one handsome husband and 3 beautiful daughters. I have a teaching degree, and I'm also certified in cognitive behavioral therapy. I love teaching busy women how to use their talents and gifts to create a home they love, be in control of their environment and not a victim to it, and have time to spend with the most important people in their lives. I've got a blog called Beautiful Life and Home, which has been featured on BuzzFeed, Redbook, and MSN. I've also had the opportunity to interview Corey Chalmers, who is the star of the TV show Hoarders, and I was also lucky enough to teach some summer classes at BYU, Idaho on home organization. But before I go any further, I want to back up a few years and to tell you a story. It starts out like this. We moved and it was terrible. How many of you can relate to this, right? Moving is so stressful, and the last time we moved, we filled up a 40-foot semi-truck with all of our stuff. And when I say filled up, I mean filled to the brim. There was no extra space in there. And I looked at that and I thought, how in the heck do we have so much junk? Where did all of this stuff come from? Well, the truck drove away, and then it caught on fire and everything burned to the ground. No, that's not true. That's not what really happened, but I almost wish it had, because then we wouldn't have had to bring it all into our new house. Now, when it was finally time to move in, it took 23 people to unload the moving truck. We were so lucky that 23 people from our church showed up to help us unload the truck, but I can't believe that I inconvenienced 23 other people with all of my junk. I said to myself, I will never do this again. First of all, we're never moving again. I've told my husband that over and over. And second of all, I never want other people to be impacted by my clutter. Well, a short time later, a friend introduced me to this book. You may have heard of it, and I became obsessed with organizing. I read every book on organizing and minimalism I could find, and I decluttered and organized my entire home. And since I've done that, I have had less stress. I can relax and feel at peace. I actually love my home. It looks beautiful and it feels welcoming, and I'm never worried when somebody rings the doorbell that I'm going to be embarrassed. And lastly, and most importantly, I'm not angry mom anymore, because that stress level has gone down. And so the fight or flight and the reactivity has almost completely disappeared from my life. You know, after one of my classes at BYU, Idaho, a man came up to me and said that he and his wife had gotten divorced and that she suffered from depression. And he said he knew that looking back that their cluttered home really added to her depression. And what I'm telling you here is that having a clear, organized home is not just about having a pretty home. That is a nice bonus, but what it's really about is your relationships. It's about how you feel in your space, how you interact with your family and yourself. So it goes so much deeper than just getting rid of things you don't want anymore. And that's why I created my Home Organization Made Easy program, because it not only helps you create the beautiful home you want, but it's a psychology-based program. So your inner life becomes as beautiful as your outer life. And I'm going to tell you all about it later. But first, let's get to the 3 major mistakes to avoid when it comes to decluttering and organizing your home. All right, if you haven't been taking notes, now is the time to start. Mistake number 1 is thinking that you don't have time. Have you ever said this? There is just not enough time in the day. I think we have all said that. The problem is that we feel overwhelmed. Our brain is just overloaded with all the thoughts of what we have to do. Has your brain ever just gone spinning, trying to remember everything that you've got to get done? That is a recipe for being overwhelmed. And then you self-sabotage, because since you believe you don't have time, you'll subconsciously make sure that you don't have time. Does that make sense? And then lastly, you try to focus on too many things at once, which really means that nothing actually ever gets finished. The truth is, we make time for what matters to us. So if your appendix is about to burst, you go to the hospital, even if you don't have time, right? Secondly, you can retrain your brain to think that you have an abundance of time. You can simply reframe it by saying, I have all the time I need to accomplish my most important goals. Now, there's a little trick here. If you don't actually believe that, your subconscious will reject it. So instead of saying, I have all the time I need, you can say, what if I have all the time I need to accomplish my most important goals? When you present it that way, just as a possibility, your subconscious won't reject it. And you can start entertaining the idea that you could possibly have an abundance of time. And then lastly, you need to focus on one thing at a time. I want you to just forget about balance. I believe balance is a myth. And what you need to do instead is intensely focus on a single goal at a time, because that will free up more time and energy in the future. Let me explain it like this. So this is what most of us try to do when we're trying to be balanced. It's like we're trying to build a bunch of bridges all at the same time. So we try to build a bridge of good health and good mental health, and we try to build another bridge of relationships and another bridge of home organizing and another bridge of hobbies, because it's important to have some free time and something you enjoy, right? So we are trying to build all of these bridges, but not getting very far on any of them. What I'm telling you to do is to focus on one goal at a time. And like I said before, I believe that that number 1 goal should be home organizing, because then you can build that entire bridge and then use that bridge to bring supplies over to help you build the other bridges. Does that make sense? So instead of tinkering away on a bunch of bridges and never getting very far, you focus on one you can build completely. And the reason why I said once again that the home organizing one needs to come first is because when you get rid of clutter, you get rid of stress, which then helps you in all of the other areas of your life. All right, the second mistake is that you think you can figure it all out by yourself. So you might be looking at that picture of the bridge. It's like looking at that picture and saying, oh, I'm sure I can figure out how to build that myself, even though maybe you don't have a degree in engineering and it might actually be a little more difficult than you think. Have you ever said this? I can figure it out myself. How hard could it be? So what you do is you go on the internet and then you waste time on tips and tricks that don't fit with your home, your lifestyle, or your personality. The internet is full of great ideas that don't apply to you and won't work in your home. I think we all know that the internet is a huge rabbit hole. You can go down and get lost and never come back. And then the second thing is that you don't learn the skills you need. So you think that you'll just intuitively know how to declutter and organize things. You think that's not something that you would actually have to learn. But the truth is, we're not born knowing how to declutter and organize. If we were, we'd all be experts at it. There are specific skills and thoughts that need to be learned and practiced. And then secondly, when you go on the internet or when you read books, you'll find that not all organizing advice is equal. Because doesn't it make sense that a person who is easily distracted, for example, would need different strategies than someone who can maintain focus for a long time? So the issue is, what so many of us do is say to ourselves, okay, I've got to force myself to be focused. Like maybe you know that you get distracted, like you're a little bit of a Dory type personality. So you're like, I've got to stay focused. And so you try to force yourself to do that. And then when you can't, you feel bad about yourself. And then it all falls apart. But there is a way to declutter and organize your whole home without forcing yourself to be focused if that is not your personality, if that is going against your nature. There are strategies I've developed in my program to work with your natural tendencies instead of trying to force you to do things in a way that is just not going to work for you. And then the third mistake is thinking you need to be motivated. Have you ever said this? I'm just not motivated to declutter and organize. Now, the biggest reason I hear for people not decluttering and organizing is because they feel overwhelmed. And that is completely natural and totally understandable. I'm sure that maybe you have even woken up in the morning, you're motivated to finally tackle the junk drawer, but then you take one look at the chaos and your brain says, I have no idea what to do with that. There's too much visual stimulation, I'm overloaded, and then all your motivation evaporates. And then to make yourself feel better about it, you tell yourself that nobody will care if you don't do it anyway, so why even try, right? The truth is, motivation follows action. It doesn't come before it. When you commit to act and you get moving, then you'll feel motivated. Secondly, your success will increase exponentially when you are held accountable. When you have to report your progress, you're so much more likely to follow through on your commitments. And you've experienced this already in your life. Say you're at work and you have a deadline or somebody to report to, then you get that job done. But if you have other jobs or things to do and you don't have to report to anybody, it's really easy to let those slide and even sometimes just give up on them. And then lastly, having an expert to turn to is key because you will get stuck along the way. It's only natural that you're going to run into situations in your home that you're not going to know what to do with. And so having an organizing expert by your side will give you personal guidance and will make sure that you keep going. Now you can keep making all of these mistakes and more, or you can learn how to overcome all these pitfalls to completely declutter and organize your home and keep it that way for good. Now I'd like to introduce you to my 4-step homegirl method. The first part of the method is to personalize, and here you get methods and strategies perfect for your unique organizing type. The second part is to plan, and that is to know exactly what to do each day so that you don't feel overwhelmed. The third part is to learn. So this is where you learn the skills to declutter and organize everything in your home. And then lastly is to act. This is just getting to work with plenty of support from an organizing expert. Now let me just show you a little before and after of what my life was before I created this method and then after. So on the left is a picture of my messy desk, and this was like the bane of my existence forever. I was a school teacher. I taught 3rd grade, and my desk looked pretty much like this all of the time. It was a disaster. And of course, I cleaned it up from time to time, but it always went back to looking like this within a week. And then when I discovered or created my home roll method, I cleaned my desk, and it has stayed clean for more than 4 years now. That is a miracle. All right, let us go through this method. So the first step is to personalize. Now, a one-size-fits-all approach to organizing doesn't work. We all know this, you guys, right? If you've ever tried a diet or exercise regimen, so say your friend swears by it and tells you how great it is, so you get all excited and you try it, but it doesn't work for you like it does for your friend. You understand, I mean, at first you're frustrated, like, how come it worked for her and it didn't work for me? But then you realize that your body is really different from your friends. Your metabolism is different. So many things about you is different. And it's the same thing with organizing. So what works for your friend might not work for you. So the key is that you know yourself and figure out which organizing methods will best fit your personality and lifestyle. This is what you should do. You need to create custom strategies for yourself. Learn all about your personality by reading books and taking personality assessments. So if you've ever done, say, the Myers-Briggs or the StrengthsFinder or Enneagram, that's a really popular one these days, it is worth it to go back and revisit the results from those or retake those tests if it's been a while, so you can really get to know yourself. And then consider how your personality will translate to how you declutter and organize. Let me give you a couple of examples of women who would need different approaches to organizing. So on the top here we have Linda, and she says, I'm a mom of 8, grandmother of 15 so far, crafter, reader, children's church teacher, and a mission quilter. I am looking forward to having a peaceful place to cut, lay out and sew for missions, a prepared place for family to visit. I am looking forward to understanding how to keep things in their place and have more freedom to create. And then we have Jonna, who says, my hubby and I have 7 children, aged 29 to 6, 3 still at home, 6 dogs, 3 grandchildren, and a crazy schedule to match. I am most excited about bringing order to my home. We have so much stuff sitting around in piles and we don't use most of it or can't find it to use it. I feel if we can reduce the clutter, we can enjoy our home more and spend more time focused on family time. Thank you, Melissa, for this amazing opportunity to learn from you. So if you compare those two women, you get a really different feeling for both of them. For Linda, you can sense that she is motivated by peace and creativity. And for Jonna, you can sense that her values are energy and enjoyment. So clearly, these two women need different strategies just because of their different energy levels and the way they approach life. Now, step 2 is you've got to plan. We've all heard this saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And when you make a plan, you need to keep your personality in mind. And so what I mean is, are you someone who can focus for a long time, or do you hop from thing to thing? Are you a person who gets easily distracted? And if you are, don't schedule 3 straight hours of organizing for yourself. That is not going to work. You need to schedule shorter bursts of activity throughout your day. This is what I highly suggest you do. First of all, you need to know that this decluttering and organizing thing does not need to last for the rest of your life. You can get it done within 3 to 6 months. And so I highly suggest you get out a calendar and you write down daily what you need to do over the next 3 to 6 months to completely declutter your home. And then keep these decluttering appointments as if they were doctor's appointments. When you see it on your calendar, you get up and you go, just like you get up and you go to the doctor's, even if you don't feel like it. Part 3 of the Homegirl method is to learn. You need to be serious about learning to organize. There are specific skills and strategies that need to be put into place for long-lasting results. And it's just like learning to walk or drive or cook. It's going to take some time and effort. So learn everything you can. Read organizing books and apply what you learn. I would say to stop looking on the internet. It's full of random tips and tricks, like I said, that may or may not work for your home, but it's a big time waster. And then you need to choose programs and methods that complement your personal organizing style. Elizabeth, one of the members of my home organizing program, said, "Unfortunately, I'm in a back brace from fracturing my back last November. However, this is giving me time to read and watch the videos. Love the one about folding tops. I think this is going to be life-changing." So even though Elizabeth is literally flat on her back, she is still using that time to read and study and to learn the skills that she needs to declutter and organize. And then lastly, you need to act. So you've got to pick a date to start. It needs to be a hard and fast date on your calendar, and then make a commitment to yourself and others and hold yourself accountable. Look at what you've scheduled on your calendar and then do it no matter what. And find friends and agree to organize your homes together and check in with each other often. You are going to be so much more motivated, just as I said before, when you've got someone to do it with you, some friends, a family member, your mom, your sister, whoever, so that you can check in with each other and make sure that you are keeping on track with your organizing goals. And then you need to find an organizing expert who's available to help you when you lose steam or need advice. Now here's Darla, who is one of the members of our home organization Made Easy program. And at the top of this, she talks about all the things she's been able to get done in her home. But I want you to just pay attention to the last part here where she says, "Every day I keep going." She talks about having some commitments, and then she's going to go back and she says, "I hope to go through everything once and then conference with you before going at it all again. I believe you will give me the added inspiration to continue. I can't thank you enough for your help and guidance. This is lightening my spirit a lot." Now, getting that extra guidance and support is so important because it's what's going to tip the scales and ensure that you have success. Then I love at the end when she says, "This is lightening my spirit a lot." Wouldn't you love to feel that way too? Just to recap, my 4-step homegirl method is to personalize, plan, learn, and then act. And if you take one thing away, I want you to know that you can do it. It really is possible to declutter and organize your home for good with the right plan, the right strategies, and the right guide. Now, the big question is, how are you going to apply all this? You can try to do it all yourself, or I can help you. I've helped hundreds of people learn the skills and strategies that have helped them declutter their homes. And I am so excited to invite you to join me in my Home Organization Made Easy program, the psychology-based plan that helps you get rid of clutter so you can have peace in your home. I'm going to tell you now about how this program will help you and all the amazing things you get when you join. I remember when I encouraged you to read organizing books and take personality tests so you'd really be able to learn all about yourself and the best way to organize your home. Now, if you don't have time for that and you don't want to do it, you don't have to. I have already read all of the organizing books and learned about all of the personality type systems from Myers-Briggs to energy profiling to Enneagram and more, and I have combined all of these into your homegirl profiles and strategies so that you do not have to do any of this research or spend any of this time. I have done it all for you. So the first thing you do when you get into the program is take your homegirl assessment. And this is going to help you discover which of the 4 organizing types you are. Once you do that, you can read your homegirl profile, learn all about your strengths and challenges, and get your customized homegirl strategies that will give you the best results for your organizing type. And this is all valued at $399. Next, you are going to get your printable homegirl calendars. Now, these are calendars. I have developed a separate calendar for each of the organizing types. And so these are going to be specific to your type, and you are going to know exactly what to work on every day. And here's the great thing. You have access to all 4 calendars. So if you don't like the one for your type, you can choose a different one. Or you can kind of mix and match the calendars and do whatever works best for you and your lifestyle. And those are valued at $199. I want to just give you a closer look at how the calendars work. Now, I've designed them to be completed in 3 months. So it's a 12-week calendar. But you can go at your own speed. If it needs to take you longer, that's fine. But everything is mapped out day by day, and each day tells you which module of the course you're in, which video to watch, and what to work on. So it's really easy. You'll never be confused. You'll never be overwhelmed wondering what to do. It is spelled out there for you. And you get weekends off to catch up and recharge, because nobody should be decluttering and organizing every single day of their lives. We need a break. And now we come to the 9 action modules, and this is the bulk of the course and where you are going to learn those skills and strategies that you need to declutter every area of your home. Each module is presented in both video and text format, and each module has videos demonstrating key skills, so you won't be left wondering what to do. And you'll learn how to decide what to keep and what to get rid of using 2 simple questions, not complicated flowcharts that confuse you and waste your time. And this is valued at $999. Now I want to go through each of the modules in a little more detail so you know exactly what you're going to be doing. For clothing, that's the first module. You're going to learn how to fold and store every type of clothing. You are going to have a closet of clothes that you love, and you're going to clean off that top shelf of your closet so it's no longer stuffed with miscellaneous items that don't belong there. Next, we have special event shoes and accessories. So here we're obviously going to be dealing with our shoes, but we're also going to be going through our bags and purses. We're going to be cleaning out our purse. We'll go through all of our jewelry, hats, belts, scarves, and other accessories. And then this also includes formal wear, swimwear, and other special occasion items. Next, you have your personal and home supplies. So this is where you are going to clean and organize your bathroom. You're going to go through bathroom supplies like makeup, your lotions, your soap, and all those stuff under your bathroom sink. You're going to get rid of cleaning supplies that you don't like and don't use. If you have any baby supplies, you're going to declutter and organize those. And then we're going to be dealing with medicine, making sure all of that is current and up to date and effective. Next is books, and I have made this module so that you're going to declutter your books by genre so that the task is not too overwhelming. And this will take several days. You don't have to do all of your books in one day. It's all broken down. And you're also going to get rid of magazines and catalogs. And then paper. This is a huge one. Most people have the biggest problem with paper. So here I'm going to teach you how to get rid of your unneeded paper, how to organize the papers that you do need to keep. I'm going to teach you how to handle your mail and your bills so that you don't have any more late payments. And if you have kids that are bringing home school papers and artwork and you just don't know what to do with it, I have got the perfect solution for you. Next, we have electronics. So you're going to get rid of all those outdated or non-functioning electronics and cords. And this includes vacuums, clocks, cameras. Basically anything with a plug or a battery is in this category. And next is the kitchen. So your pantry is going to get an extreme makeover. You're going to organize that junk drawer with a method that actually works. And then declutter and organize your cupboards and drawers. Then we have bedding and towels, and this is where we're going to go through our sheets, our comforters, blankets, and pillows, get rid of old towels, and organize our linen closet. And then lastly, we have sentimental items, and I have saved this for last because it is the hardest. But by this time, you're going to have your decision-making skills in high gear, and so this is going to be a treat for you actually, because you're going to be going through wedding announcements, crafts, stuffed animals, awards, and then you're going to choose the most meaningful ones to bring out of the basement or the boxes and display them so you can enjoy them. And then you're going to get to work. Now, I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I know that was a lot, but remember that you have your custom calendar that tells you exactly what to do each day, and you can go at your own pace. Plus, I am always here to answer questions and support you in amazing ways. Now, I've got a bunch of bonuses for you. I really want to over-deliver and make sure that you have everything you need to be successful. And you're going to get all of these for free when you join the Home Organization Made Easy program today. Bonus number 1, is 3 months of healthy meal plans. I'm going to email these to you every week. And the reason why I thought this would be so great is because so many of us also want to be healthy. And when we're decluttering our homes, a lot of people actually naturally just lose weight without even trying. I'm not going to promise that'll happen, but it has happened. And so to help that along and to just help us have a better, healthier environment, that's why I'm sending you these meal plans. Plus, they only take 30 minutes or less to make, so you're not going to be spending a bunch of time in the kitchen. Bonus number 2 is my mini course, artwork, photographs, and digital pictures. So if you've got a bunch of digital pictures on your phone, your computer, and if you have boxes and old albums of photographic prints, this is going to teach you what to do with all of those, and that is valued at $99. Bonus number 3 is the Mindset Mastery Collection. Now, a big part of decluttering and organizing is not just learning the skills, but changing your mindset so that things don't get cluttered up again, so that you can overcome ingrained thinking or generational patterns. And this Mindset Mastery Collection is going to help you do that. And it's valued at $199. Bonus number 4, we have weekly encouragement and accountability emails. I know that sometimes life gets in the way, and despite our best intentions, we forget. I know that sometimes I put things on my calendar and then I forget to look at my calendar and do it. These weekly emails are going to remind you to declutter and help you to stay motivated, and they're valued at $199. Bonus number 5 are module checklists. If you are a checklist person and you just love checking off that box, these are perfect for you. They go along with every module so you can keep track of your progress, and they'll help you visually and tangibly see everything that you've done. Bonus number 6, we have printable decluttering job cards. So if you are a person who needs some variety, say you don't want to stick to a set schedule because that is not in your nature, don't fight it. You can print off these decluttering job cards, shuffle a card, pick one, and that is your job for the day. This is also really fun to get kids involved because they like the element of surprise. And now at the top of each card is the module that the task is in. So if you forgot exactly what to do about the cups, glasses, and mugs, for example, you can go to the kitchen module for a refresher on that. And those cards are valued at $39. Bonus number 7 I have for you is printable pantry labels. You are going to make your pantry so beautiful and organized with these labels, and I've got 4 designs for you to choose from, and I've also included blank cards in each design in case you want to just write your own labels, or if there are some extra categories that I don't have here that you need for your home. And those are valued at $39. And finally, bonus number 8, my favorite one, is membership in our private Homegirls Facebook group. This is where you're going to get individual support from me and all the other homegirls. Plus, each member, that means you, can get your own virtual decluttering session. You guys, this is a level of support that is not offered anywhere else. I am going to know your name. I'm going to help you individually with your home. I want you to think of one spot in your home right now that just drives you crazy. Just think about it. What is it? Wouldn't you love to have help with that spot, to finally know what to do to declutter it and get it to stay that way? That is what the virtual decluttering sessions are for, and everybody who joins gets one. This is valued at $999 per year. All right, now we've got an extra fast action bonus that I told you about at the beginning, my video training, how to get everything done, that will teach you how to 3 times your productivity and find more time than you ever thought possible. And this truly is priceless, you guys. And this is just for those people who choose to save money with the pay in full option when enrolling. Now, the total value of the Home Organization Made Easy program with the action modules, homegirl profile and strategies, the custom 3-month calendars, healthy meal plans, the mini course, mindset mastery, the emails, the checklist, job cards, pantry labels, private Facebook group, all of that together comes to a grand total of $3,249, but you can get started today for only $79, or you can pay in full and save. If you just want to make a single payment of $397, you'll save $77 over the payment plan. Plus, you'll get the fast action bonus, the how to get everything done training, along with all the other bonuses and everything else in the program. So you can just go to easyhomeorganizing.com to enroll, or there should be a button below this video that you can click, and that will go ahead and open up in another tab. So if you still want to keep listening to this as you enroll, it is okay to go ahead and click on that button right now. When you do, you will come to this page where you choose either the 6-month payment plan or the single payment for the program. And then you'll go to this page where you enter your payment information and you're in. You're good to go. Very soon afterwards, you will get your welcome email to the program with important information to help you get started. So once again, you just go to easyhomeorganizing.com to enroll, or just click the button below this video. Now, let me tell you something. There is a Homegirl Love Your Home or Your Money Back guarantee. If you do the work and don't notice a huge change in your home, just email me and ask for your money back. There's no questions and no hassle. And you guys, this is a 90-day money back guarantee. This is the longest guarantee in the industry. Most people just give a 14-day or a 30-day guarantee. But I am so sure this program will work for you that I am giving you 90 days to try it out. Now, I do ask you to get halfway through the program, that's through Module 5, before asking for your money back, because obviously you do have to do some work and give it a fair chance before you know if it's actually being effective for you. But I will tell you that nobody who has ever done the work has ever asked for a refund, because this program works, and it works for everyone. Let's meet some homegirls. This is Emily, and she says, I could rave about this program all day. I've read other organizing books and love the principles, but all the information was so overwhelming. This program is the perfect solution. It's clear, simple, step-by-step, with every resource you need to be successful and stress-free. Each module I finished has stayed perfectly organized with less effort than ever before for months and months with no end in sight. Next, we have Lisa, who says, I am loving it. I didn't think I needed a mentor. I had KonMari'd my house 3 years ago, but still had such a long way to go. Since being in the home program, I have made so much progress. My bedroom closet, pantry, garage, Christmas decorations, and more. I even helped my mom with her craft area so she can create art again. Now when I walk in the door, it feels like my house is giving me a hug. I finally feel peace. And Becky says, so much help and support. With so many other courses, you just buy them and then do everything on your own. But with the Home Organization Made Easy course, there is support to back you up. I don't feel like I'm doing it all by myself. It's so easy to get help. This is exactly what I needed. It's more than I ever could have asked for. Once again, you can get started today for just $79 with 5 more monthly payments of $79, or you can choose to make a single payment of $397. That will save you over the payment plan, plus you get the fast action bonus. So just go to easyhomeorganizing.com to enroll. Now at this point, you might be wondering, is the home program worth it? But the real question is, are you worth it? Is your mental health worth it? What about your physical health? Do you have goals and dreams that are worth it? What about your family? We talked earlier about how much clutter causes stress, which then affects your mental health, your physical health, and your relationship. You guys remember, so every time you get on an airplane, they always do the safety demonstration, right? So the stewardess, or they don't call them stewardesses anymore, the flight attendants will go up there and they'll demonstrate the seat belts, and then they always get to the part where they talk about if there's a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop down. And then what do they tell you to do? They tell you to put one on yourself before you try to help anyone else with theirs. This home program, the Home Organization Made Easy program, is your oxygen mask. and you need to put it on yourself before you try to do anything else. Now let's look at some results that some of our homegirls have gotten, and these just make me so happy to see these pictures. In that top picture, you can see that Christy had that huge mess that was all in her office area. And then after she decluttered and organized using the homegirl method, look at that amazing space there on the bottom. So clear and clean and organized. And here we have Lisa, and she's the person that we had a testimonial from before. This is her mother's creating space, and she helped her clean it up. And so on the top, you can see there's the big mess right there, and then on the bottom, just a clear, clean space to create. And I just want to highlight the part where Lisa says, "It was so fun to see her face light up as she cleaned. I think all the chaos was really a burden, and she seemed so much lighter when we were done." Here we have Blanche with her stacks of papers that she reduced down to 2 single file folders. Amazing, right? And here we've got Mary, who sent in this picture, and she said, "This is a guest bedroom that was completely covered. Floor, bed, dresser tops, every surface. Kept door closed for the last year, and it's been unable to be used for 2.5 years. Just finished yesterday. Wow, what a relief. A big black cloud has been lifted. Thank you for your inspiration. Now on to the next project." I hope you can feel her excitement. I don't think I've ever seen something with so many exclamation marks in it, but she was clearly so thrilled at what she had experienced and what she had accomplished. And you can see how much motivation it gave her to keep going. Now, as we end this training, I want to tell you about 3 women, and you get to decide right now which of these women you want to be like. So our first friend is Linda, and she tries to do it herself. She's the kind of person who doesn't want to spend any money. She thinks she can find everything she needs for free online, thinks she doesn't need support from anyone because how hard can it be really? But she reads so much conflicting advice that she becomes confused, and she starts and stops so many times and eventually just loses motivation and gives up. When you try to do things like Linda, it's like going on a trip with a bunch of different incomplete maps that you try to piece together, hoping and praying to get to your destination. Have you guys ever been in the car with somebody who is lost but would not ask for directions? It's super frustrating, right? That is what the DIY approach is like. Next, we have our friend Amy, and she hires a professional organizer. She's the kind of person who knows she needs help, so she seeks out a professional. But she pays $500 for a full day with a professional organizer. Now, I don't know if you have ever priced out a professional organizer, but that is actually what they cost. A KonMari certified organizer is $100 an hour with a minimum of 5 hours. So you get 5 hours with them for $500. If you go with the less expensive professional organizer, you could get the whole day for $500. And during that day, you can get maybe 1 or 2 rooms of your home organized. But then, what about the rest of your house? And the really sad thing about this is that studies show that 95% of the time, people who hire professional organizers have their homes just go back to the way they were before. So basically, you've wasted that $500. This is like having a guide take you 1/10 of the way and then abandoning you. You get help for a single day, but then what? There's no ongoing support or motivation to help you finish. Lastly, we come to Grace, and she becomes a home girl. She joins the Home Organization Made Easy program, and she's the kind of person who knows that time and money are precious, and she doesn't want to waste any. She gets help from a professional who will not just stay with her for 1 day, but until the work is done. She has a clear plan and guidance from someone who knows the path and gets support from a community of women who are on the same journey together. And she knows how much better her life will be when she dedicates herself to creating her ideal home environment. Now, this is like having a GPS and a personal guide in the car with you to make sure you reach your destination. You get an easy plan to follow that uses your unique personality and lifetime support from a professional organizer for as long as it takes. The entire Home program is your GPS, and I am the personal guide who is in the car with you for the entire journey. Wouldn't you agree that's the best way to go? You eliminate so much time and frustration because you have a clear path and a guide. Here's the bottom line. When you transform your home, you transform your life. Everything changes. End of story. You can start today, only $79. That's it. Or you can make a single payment of $397, which is less than the cost of a single day with a professional organizer. And instead of just one day, you get lifetime access to the program and to me. That is an incredible deal. So go to easyhomeorganizing.com to enroll, or just click the button below this video and take the limited time opportunity right now to enroll in the Home Organization Made Easy program, because you deserve it now. Your family deserves it now, and your life will never be the same. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you inside the program.